Talk about this win, 55-35. Romano and Keaton come up big. 55-35, St. Vincent. If you love scoring, you love that game. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, everybody loves this kind of entertaining type of offense. I told you this. We got incredible kids. We've got some skill. And I just want to say this. Last week's show, I talked about how our defense stepped up. All right? St. Vincent knows how to throw the football. They do a very good job. And we were playing without some key members. And Coach Contender was trying to cover all the bases. And sometimes you get into these, and it was like an old AFL shootout back in the day.
Like John Hadel, the quarterback,
John
number
Hadel,
21.
Exactly, 21.
For the Chargers.
Yeah, good.
Daryl LaMonica, the
Darryl
Mad
LaMonica,
Bomber
the Mad
out of Notre
Bomber.
Dame.
You got it. Yeah.
Man, those were some high-octane performances.
Yeah, well, I don't get too don't get too hepped up on it. Everybody around here is like thinking we're some new form. It's hard, and guys watch film, and coaches are smart enough, and have been through this before with this offense. We have got to continue to keep doing some little things, and we need to get better in a lot of things. We really do.
I had a chance to meet some of the student athletes before we went live to tape. Well, you got some good students here. Good, just quality young people.
Yeah, it's improved since I've been here. Since I went here, I meant to say.
I had an incredible opportunity.
I'm just joking.
I know that.
No,
I had an incredible opportunity last night on my show. We have a show that is on from 1 a.m. to 5 a.m. throughout the week called Next Take, and it's all students from the University of Pittsburgh. So they were in, and I said, hey, do you want to come on at 7 o'clock? And we talked about all the things that are going on in the world. And it had nothing to do with me, but it may be one of the best hours I've ever had in my entire career. Just to hear them engaging in conversation, from Jimmy Kimmel's return to Charlie Kirk, the legacy. It was just eye-opening. I just really like being around my children, being around young people. I like them engaging, meeting these student athletes, because, that's the future, brother.
So you're telling me there was more in-depth conversation with the Pitt students than what happened at the backyard brawl?
Yeah, man. It was great. It was great. And they really are, this is a wonderful show, and they really are in tune.
Sorry I had to bring that up.
I know, that's okay. You just got to rub the Mountaineer guy here. But they just really they know what's going on in the world, and that gives me hope. Now,
it does give us hope. I want to say this to you, Rob. Nothing is more gratifying than stepping into a classroom, all right, and allowing students to express their opinion and how they are looking at things.
Right.
And I've had an opportunity to do that for a long time here because teaching a freshman level course and then a senior level course. It's dialogue, and we as Americans don't spend a whole lot of time doing what you do, listening. We've got our checklist of what we got to get done today, and we're driven. We don't have these conversations that need to be discussed, and I'm a pretty big culprit of that.
Well, let me tell you, this place, new welcome center. Macero, Costa, two people that I know in the contract and construction world are doing the work as we speak. This is a wonderful place to attend college. People who work here, I've been coming here on and off since Mr. Sullivan was the coach decades ago. We're talking over 3 decades. And I love my time here. I love my time here. And it's always nice when you get a win. So explain to me how you put up that many points. And it's got to be frustrating because you would have loved to have had some of those in the other games that you weren't fortunate to get in the W column. How do things just all seem to come together, no matter what talent you're going up against? They put 35 points up on the board, so they were doing something right. But how do you explain something like that? 55 points. Can you explain it?
I really don't want to dwell on it.
Right.
Because we can't. And there are some major things that we offensively did not execute. And after every practice, after every performance that we have, I mean, this is truly the way we operate a football program, and have so for years. We're looking at continuous improvement. So no matter what happened, how can we become more efficient and effective in the things that we need to do? And it's painstaking. You have to go through things. Our players have to understand what they brought into, and it's tough. It's tough when you're looking at little things and you're trying to improve on those little things. But we're a football program that has to do that. We have got to get better, quicker than what our opponents are in the pack, because there are some very talented football teams here.
Well, one thing I know about your next opponent, you got to have really good SAT scores to go there. Allegheny, what a wonderful place. Tell me about this football team.
Well, I was introduced to Allegheny by one Mike Vion. I actually visited there in high school, which kind of stunned me.
He was so smart.
It kind of stunned me because my grade point average was, it wasn't Allegheny worthy. It really wasn't. And then Mike was there, and Mike Vion has done so much for Beaver County, the city of Beaver Falls, and I just want to publicly tell him thank you.
Absolutely.
I mean that.
Did a lot
But
of
the
good.
one reason I didn't go to Allegheny is because I remember Mike telling me, "Yeah, you're going to have to do a case study paper over the 4 years." And I go, "Wait a minute, I'm going to have to do a case study or a paper, and it's going to include all 4 years of your college."
Right.
I wasn't used to that. That absolutely scared me away from going to Allegheny, and I'm glad I didn't. I would have never. No.
Listen,
it's
my
it's a
grades.
great institution. They had a great win. They shut out a team, and I don't want to talk about 55 points in a football game. I'm going to talk about the zero that Allegheny put on their opponent. That's, in this day and age,
Almost impossible.
it is impossible. So we have got our work cut out.
Well, my grades were good enough to go to the Allegheny Mountains. They told me I was going to have to leave town to find a job. Anyway, what about this game of football and how it's evolving? And one of the big conversations has been these field goal kickers, these kickers in the NFL. I mean, it's like 55 yards of like a chip shot.
It's automatic.
Can it continue? And these legs are going to get stronger, and it's going to be a routine at 60 and beyond. I mean, do you think maybe they need to rethink that a little bit, Coach? Or just, hey, who's got the best foot wins it?
If you score touchdowns in the NFL, you win. I mean, that's basically what it's coming down to. That's what I hear Coach Tomlin talking about. And in the red zone, they're getting better. They're scoring touchdowns. They just need to get there more often.
So, Steelers will be in Ireland this week,
Yeah.
Dublin, taking on the Minnesota Vikings. Football is really starting, the brand is growing. What do you think the appeal is in Europe, to where their type of football obviously is soccer, but they're embracing our game to where I believe there will be some franchises in that part of the world someday, and they'll have their own division, and they will compete transcontinental across that Atlantic Ocean with teams in the United States. I think that will happen. But what's the appeal, do you think?
I think it's different. I mean, soccer is number one in Europe and always will be. I hear it from our head men's soccer coach, Gary Dunda. He's been there many times. I can't imagine going to a soccer match in Europe, that anywhere. To me, that I mean, the passion that happens there. The NFL's always looking for another market. The NFL's brilliant at marketing. I can't comment. I've never been to Europe.
That brand is amazing when you think about it, though.
Well, it's just, there's so much to it, and they just keep adding things. I think the big thing right now, attracting flag football for young women, I think that's
pretty cool.
That's really cool. I have my opinion about, contact football and things like that, but I'm not going to let it be known.
Before we say goodbye here, mindset, here it's Wednesday. So what do you actually do on a Wednesday, days before the game, besides film work, discussion? What do you talk to your coaches about? What's going on?
Well, we'll pour over practice film from yesterday, and we take film from 3 different angles. We go over it. We're looking at what we can improve constantly, and we use that film to teach our kids. It's like a classroom, and it's just a continual refinement. And we're involved in in-season recruiting. So there's always something to do. It doesn't end, and the season takes on a form of its own every season, whether it's in season, whether you're in quote unquote the off season, which is recruiting, whether you're in spring practice, and I don't know. I just want to say this. I just heard Leach I heard Leach talk about football and how much he loved it, and he passed. And his effect on football and what he did, he made a mark.
He did.
I mean, we're running some of this, and I'm not saying his name just so I could drop names. But I'm sitting here and I'm feeling bad for Mike Gundy. I really am. I just, and I don't know if Gundy and Dabo are out of the same mold because they're looking at everybody that's been successful in the transfer portal and spending money. And
Dabo's going to probably have to change his thought process at Clemson. I think so.
And yeah, I mean, that's how football's changing.
I know.
That's how it's changing. And then you're looking at a guy like that.
Great guy.
And you're looking at one of the greatest coaches ever in pro football at North Carolina, and it's not that easy.
You know who would have thrived in this whole transfer portal, name, image, and likeness right now? Johnny Majors, Jackie Sherrill, Lou Holtz. They would have thrived because they were personality. They were personalities, man.
Well, I think there's a little bit more than personality that's involved in the transfer portal.
Come in. Sit down, relax. Can I get you anything?
Yeah, that used to be the recruiting thing. It's a little bit different now. But Mike Gundy,
I get it.
He's Oklahoma State. I mean, he had the famous line of all.
Best hair though in college football.
Well, yeah.
I mean, that was like Elvis 1956 type of hair. Before I let you go, I was told to ask you this, and I'm going to ask you this. So when the season's over, do you stay here and continue to teach through the rest of the year?
I'm not going anywhere.
You're going to still be at this facility even though when you're not coaching?
Yeah.
Okay,
good.
good.
It's a reassignment. It's not a retirement.
That's what people wanted me to ask you. That's why I asked you. People care about you.
No, they just listen. We could talk about that later.
This will be my retirement. The ball's on the 50, 3rd and 10, in on the tackle. That'll be me. I'll be up.
And you'll be calling it play-by-play, and I'll be the guy commentating. Rob, the hot dogs at this place are absolutely
by the way,
delicious.
I have to mention this. D&J Pizzeria, downtown Danny Nahas's buddy. I did a video. It's got like 10,000 views. So I'm going to tag them so we can get more views.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I'm going to say this. I might get some bad pub on this.
Pretty good.
It's better.
Ooh! I didn't say that. He did. But a lot of people are telling me that. And I got to tell you, one thing I do know, my children loved it. I actually got some the other night, and they loved it, and their mom kind of liked it too. So whatever. It's all good in the neighborhood. It's your Pratt Pack with this guy, Gino DeMarco. I'm back on the radio tonight, right after the Pat Narduzzi show, and joining me is a columnist who's been covering politics forever from the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette. He is Jonathan Salant. We're going to talk a lot about what's happening in the world of politics, so I hope that you will join us tonight on KDKA.